What's up, YouTube? Got a little knife overview review for the QSP Penguin here. It's a pretty good little utilitarian knife. It's got a sheep's foot blade shape. Great little budget slicer. Comes in about maybe, I don't know, about 32, 33 bucks now. Been out for about a year and a half, since July of 22. So one of my favorite things about this one is probably the price. It's a great knife for the price. It's, like I said, 32, 33 bucks right now, time of the video that I'm filming. But for that price, it has excellent action, excellent details. Very good little knife. You can get them in all kinds of different steels now. Used to be, this was the original one that came out. This is denim micarta and D2 on the blade, which for a budget steel, D2's not that bad at all, I think. This one, I personally stonewashed the blade. You can tell I've used this thing a pretty good little bit. Sharpens up real good though. But you can definitely tell it's got some wear on it, for sure. But as far as working with this knife, using it to do different things, it's a great knife in the hand. Really comfortable. You can cut back here. You can kind of get up on it a little bit. Like that. You can't, it doesn't have a finger choil, so I guess that would be a negative to it. So you can't get way up on it, but still get back here, do some cuts like that, choke like that, forward grip. It's got some jimping on the spine right there, that's good. So to me, the thing that stands out mostly about the QSP would be the quality of what you're getting for the price. 32, 33 bucks for the base model and the D2 steel denim micarta. Pretty good, I think. So I guess we can go ahead and do some specs. Weighs 3.2 ounces. My scale's acting up, so I weighed it off camera, weighed 3.2 ounces twice, but my scale is not registering on the camera for some reason. The numbers just flash when I do the scale on the camera. Weighs 3.2 ounces. If you go on the website for Knifecenter, it says 3.2 ounces on there also. Good blade length to weight ratio. Overall length, got right at 3 inches cutting edge, maybe a little bit less, 2 15/16 I'd say cutting edge. It's got a sharpening choil there, so that takes away from a little bit of the cutting edge, but that's also a positive on this knife. Makes it a lot easier to sharpen it up. Total blade length about 3 1/8. Overall length 7 inches, with the pocket clip right at about 7 1/8 if you include the little part of the pocket clip that's sticking up just a hair above. Good little size for EDC. Good little slicer. That is the overall length on it. The thickness, the grind on this thing, it's got a hollow grind, not a full flat, kind of swedges up. You can see right in there. That's where it swedges up. I'll get my calipers here. Do the blade stock thickness real quick. So blade stock thickness. Blade stock thickness comes in right about 100 thousandths. 105 thousandths. That's not bad. Go back down, measure it at the edge, cutting edge, 27 thousandths, 28 thousandths. Really good. Really slicey when you sharpen it up. I skint this one back with a nice little 17-degree edge bevel on it. That's how I do most of my everyday carry knives. I find it, I'd rather sharpen them a little more and have them slice better. But that's just me. Anyway, do some size comparisons. That is the Spyderco pair of 3. Right about the same size as the pair of 3. Spyderco Paramilitary 2, which is a full-size knife. What do you call a full-size knife? Definitely more towards the size of the pair of 3. Demco 80 20.5. Another blade. That's the shark's foot they call it, but it's pretty similar to that. That's a sheep's foot. A little bit of a Warncliffe kind of blade shape, but it's pretty close to a sheep's foot. But that is the 80 20.5 next to it. Fairly close. The 80 20.5 is definitely wider, more broad. And let's see, we'll do one more. That's the Hogue Deca. Right about the same size as the Deca. I'd say right there that handle's a little bit longer on the Deca. Cutting edge on the whole Hogue Deca, a little bit more of a cutting edge on that, but in the neighborhood of the same size. This weighs a lot less, but pretty close. So the story behind QSP Knives, QSP stands for quality, service, and price, which they do bring a lot of that to the table. They have other great knives besides the Penguin, but the Penguin's their main go-to knife. Whenever you pull up QSP, or if you type in on Google QSP Knives, Penguin is the first thing that automatically pops up. It's running on copper washers, which kind of surprised me because it's pretty smooth action. You can tell it's not bearings, but definitely for bronze / copper washers, this thing's pretty smooth. See how thick the handle is. I forgot to do that. So, 1/2 inch. Pretty good. Alright, 1/2 inch on the handle. It's not an awkward carry. Really good carry. Comes with a deep carry pocket clip. I think of the other versions you can get milled titanium pocket clips, maybe. They definitely have different colors, different steels. You can get these things in 20 CV. You can get them in M390. You can get them and all kinds of different steels, and they range in price. This is, like I said, the base model. It starts $32-$33. I think they go up in price to $150, $180 maybe for something with something like N390 and titanium handles. But this one suited me just fine. The little area that this knife came from, QSP, the company in China, the little region that it came from is kind of like the world famous region for making knives in China, Yangjing and Yangjiang, known for cutlery manufacturing. QSP also does a lot of OEM work, which stands for Original Equipment Manufacturing, I believe. So they do a lot of work and a lot of good work. They're not really like a cheap gas station type of Chinese knife. You're not going to get something from them and it falls apart and they won't do anything about it. They got pretty good warranty practice, pretty good quality. The blade D2 steel. If you get the D2 one, it's a great steel, great everyday carry steel. It rusts, but not terribly quick, but it will rust. And the edge retention is fairly decent. It's not like a powder metallurgy. It's not like S35 VN or Magna Cut or anything like that. It's a kind of a budget steel, but it's not a bad steel. It's definitely an improvement in my opinion from AUS 8 or something like 8CR13 or something like that. Responds pretty good to a strop. You could strop it up really good if it gets fairly dull. Loctite liner lock knife, pretty good lockup. Like I said, you gotta remember on this one, I stone washed the blade. Originally it was satin, that color. I did a little stone washing on it. Turned out pretty good, I think. Goes well with the denim micarta. And you can also tell with all the little scratches and nicks and stuff on it. It's definitely been a well-used knife. Definitely has helped me out a lot. That's pretty much it. Great budget knife. Good knife to get, especially if you're getting into starting a knife collection. QSP Penguin for the money is a great knife. Great knife to have in the collection. I've got knives that range in price from shit, I don't know, maybe $350, $400 all the way down to $15. QSP Penguin, I definitely carry it a good little bit. It's a great knife. I still carry it all the time. Anyway, that is it for today. Like and subscribe. Like the video if you like what you're looking at. And I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.